Should you ever tell immigration that you've worked without a work permit? Let's talk about this. Friends, people are scared to tell the truth sometimes. That's a fact. They're afraid. They meet with us and they say things like, I don't really want to disclose the fact that I've worked without papers. I've worked under the table, or I've been paid with cash only, or I might have worked in someone else's name, or I use someone else's social. When you're applying for a green card and you're eligible for a green card through, let's say, a spouse, you're the spouse of a U.S. citizen, and you're going through this process, well, your application will ask you to disclose the last 5 years of your employment history. And if you tell the government the truth about your work history, which you should do, they will look the other way. They're not going to penalize you because the rules tell them not to penalize you for working without a work permit. However, if you lie to them during the interview, no, I've never worked, and then they find out the truth that you did in fact work, well, that's going to hurt you, and that's misrepresentation, and then you'll need a waiver for your green in order for your green card to be approved. So it's not a good idea at all to ever misrepresent or lie to the government about your work history. Now, if you say, well, I'm not married to a U.S. citizen, or I'm not an immediate relative of a U.S. citizen, and maybe I'm trying to get my green card through another relative and I'm not an immediate relative, in that case, there is no exemption for you to just for the government to look the other way. They just won't. They're going to hold it against you if you're trying to get a green card and you have what's called unauthorized employment on your record, and you're trying to get your green card, let's say through a sibling, or even through an employer, and you have unauthorized employment on your unauthorized work on your record. Well, you're going to need a waiver. They will not approve the green card case here in America through adjustment of status for you. People like a spouse of a U.S. citizen, or a parent of a U.S. citizen, or a child unmarried and under 21 of a U.S. citizen, those individuals are considered an immediate relative, and the government will automatically forgive them for working without papers. The government will also forgive those automatically who are going through a humanitarian process, but be careful with asylum, because it doesn't work that way with asylum. But if you're doing, let's say, a crime victims visa, U visa, or if you're seeking the T visa, or if you're seeking a green card through VAWA, well, the government will forgive you for working without papers. It gets a little tricky, guys, so certainly speak with a lawyer. You could speak with us about this issue if you have any concerns. Of course, the biggest no-no with working is claiming to be a U.S. citizen. If you took a job and you gave a social security number and claimed that you're a U.S. citizen, well, that is the kiss of death with immigration. So you absolutely need to stay away from falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen.